meeting. I gotta make sure I do that. Let's see. I gotta make sure everyone can talk. Got some people waiting. Okay, we are recording. Go ahead and say hi if you're there. Let's see, my screen's on. There's really nothing to see there. There might be my turn my screen off, turn my webcam on. Hello, hello. How you doing? Go ahead and talk. To see if I can hear you. Well, just say hello. Close any applications. Let me know if you can hear me somehow. Send me a chat or just say hi, okay? I can turn my Facebook Live on, see if I can do that. I want to make sure I'm not talking to myself, so go ahead and someone say something. Rihanna, are you there? Darion? Mr. Harris? Go ahead and say something. I want to make sure that my audio's on. Let me try this. If you guys are talking to me or not. Put my headphones on, see if I can get some audio that way. Okay. Go ahead and say something, somebody. Oh. Now, how are we going to do a conference call if no one's talking? All right, I'm going to put my Facebook Live on here. Let's see. Start session. We got some more people. And let's see here. Leading Landlord. And I'll go from here. There we go. Live video. There we are. And all right. How's everyone doing? We got a small group here. Okay, I'm streaming live for everyone. I gotta watch myself. Make sure I don't do anything funny, like pick my nose or something. But we got a small group, and I'm expecting some more people to join us. And we're recording this. And this is going to be completely boring unless you guys talk back at me. Because I'm going to be asking you questions. So I want to see if you're on. Rihanna, I see that you're on web. Can you have a microphone or can you talk into that? Mr. Harris, can you go ahead and say something? At least let me know if you're there. I see your microphone on. I got everyone's microphone on. Rihanna, go ahead and say something. Oh, okay, I see. Sorry, the sound is giving me trouble. The sound, Rihanna, you're saying that your microphone? Or you can hear me okay? I see you in chat. That's good. That's good. All right. Well, oh, okay, perfect. Well, I have everyone is unmuted, and we are we'll switch to your cell phone and try to get me that way. And it's because it's really a discussion. You guys are helping me brainstorm, so I need your input. Uh-oh, what happened to my My webcam just disappeared on me. Oh, I see it's still on though. Okay. Oh, I hear some noise.
How you doing now? It's Ruben. I can hear you just fine and see
Oh,
you.
perfect. Perfect. I can take these headphones off then. Good, good. Well, Ruben, we're going to be, we got three of you on so far, and I got a few questions if everyone can hear. I guess you can talk to me through chat, or you can pick up your phone and call in and dial in so I can hear you. That would make it a little bit easier, but I got three questions that I wanted to go through, and the topic is this idea or this dream that I have to be able to figure out how to replace a middle income job with just one rental property. So we kind of wanted to, or I wanted to, with all of your help, kind of define what the terms are for the challenge and see what you guys thought of the idea. So I see some people on chat. I got some people on. Reggie just joined us. How you doing, Reggie? See if we can get your microphone working, or call in, so we can get all those things. All right. So Rihanna and Mr. Harris, I think it's Daron, right? I'm probably misspelling it, missaying it. But you guys have to use the chat then. Okay. So, so what do you guys think of this idea in the first place? Think it's a ridiculous challenge? Is it a big enough stretch? Is it a big enough goal? Go ahead and jump in. Hey, Reggie, thanks for joining us. Go ahead, hit it by chat, which is going to be super slow, or pick up your cell phone and give me and call in so that we can have a more dynamic conversation. Or it's just going to be me just talking. It's going to be sleepy. So some of these things I can edit out. We got a few more people joining us. Thanks for coming, everybody. There I go. I got to remember not to scratch my nose or pick my nose. Got my webcam back on. Okay, so the question on the table. Hello, everyone. Hey, I hear something. Is that you, Reggie? Or who is that breathe? Someone just breathing. Not sure my family housing situation would be able to replace a W-2. That's what Reggie says. His comment is, I hope everyone can read it. But since we're recording this, I want people who are on the replay. Rihanna says, I'm not sure if a single family housing situation would be able to replace a W-2 income. Perfect. That's where we want to be. Yeah. Who's that talking? I can hear you. Mr. Harris, is that you? I see your microphone's on.
Yes, that's me.
All right. This is great. This is great. So tell me, what do you think of this idea of a single rental? And we have to define what a rental is. If it's going to be a fourplex or a single family home, all those things are residential before you topple into the commercial category. What do you think? Is that a good enough stretch, having a one rental replace your income?
I think it's possible. I mean, if you have the strategy behind it, I believe it can happen.
Okay. But does it sound like a good stretch for like
Yes.
we want to be right there where it seems like it would be impossible. But if we could figure it out, it would make a world of difference. That's kind of where I want to spend my time. No low hanging fruit, you know. We can't get any excitement or make a difference in the world with low hanging fruit. So that's what I'm
Right.
going after. So right now, I do not have a clear idea of how we're going to do it. But this time, my goal is to get everyone to come along on the ride with me because we are going to figure this out. And I'm just going to keep beating the drum and helping shake ideas out of all of you and myself as well. This is how I do things. So it's not always pretty, but at least you guys get to see me on Facebook Live. You get to see me on your webcam and see me struggle and falter. So I don't know how it's going to happen. Hey, Ruben, you going to join us, bro? You going to? Looks like we you muted out. What's your thoughts, Ruben? You
Yeah,
think
I'm still here.
you think it's a big enough idea for you to have
Oh,
one rental?
well, it's depending what you think your income should be that makes the decision.
You know, I looked
I'm
up.
looking at my unit right now. If I rented it without a vacancy, I can get $2,000 a month, which is about 24,000 a year. A little less than that with my expenses.
You know what I did? I looked at the median or middle class income for Sacramento, California, and it came up to 3,500 or something like that. I wrote it up in my last blog post. But that's what I was targeting. Whatever the whatever the statistic says, the U.S. Census or whatever they say is the medium income for that city. So that's what I was picking. Fair enough?
Fair.
Yeah. Or do you guys want to set a bigger number, like 60,000 or 80,000? I'm open. I just kind of wanted to start it at the beginning and not change the rules, and keep the tension on. Or maybe we should let Rihanna pick the number. You can type it in, sister. Whatever you think the number is, we can shoot for. So that's like, what if it's 4 grand a month? What's that? 4,800? No, that puts it at 56. Yeah, 56,000. I hate doing math in my head, broadcasting, because I always get it wrong. But that sounds like I can make it on that. I can make it on 4,000. You have to cut it close, but you could do it. But for right now, how about we all agree that it's going to be whatever the census says or the U.S. Bureau of Statistics says the median income for your city is. That should be irrefutable. That's kind of what I want to start with. I've already published it, but I'm going to publish it again when I send out this recording. But let's just do that. Everyone agree with that? There's no hands. Yes? Okay.
Yes.
All right, good. Rihanna, why don't you tell me? Why don't you type in if you agree? We got 4 of us on the call here. It's just a small call. I'm expecting some more people get on here. But okay. So the other question that I wanted to go on, let's define what a rental is. Is it going to be a single family home, or is it going to be up to a fourplex?
I say up to fourplex.
Fourplex?
I agree to your fourplex.
Do you guys all have fourplexes in your cities?
We have some here in my city.
Because I want to make sure this is a doable thing, so someone can grab this plan and actually implement it. Because I know there's single family homes just about everywhere, and I believe there's duplexes everywhere I've traveled. But in the newer parts in the suburbs here, where I'm in the Elk Grove, just south of Sacramento. I moved out here because the rents are cheaper. So for my family, that's how I get my ratio. My income to expense ratio is so that I could have the house that I want. I could be in the school district I want, and I can have a very low rent. I actually rent my house, and so I don't have that debt. But I just buy rentals, and I don't buy my personal residence. That's how I do it. But but anyway, there's no fourplexes out here where I am, in my neighborhood.
What about Sacramento?
Yeah, there's lots of them in Sacramento. Yeah. Okay. So if everyone's open to fourplexes, that makes it a whole lot easier because there's a lot of ways of doing it.
I'm from the Baltimore area, and we have a lot of small, up to 4 units, or multi-family units. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
We have some duplexes down here, but not too many fourplexes.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Well, let's just stay right now. Let's define it as fourplexes and less. So we keep it to residential units. That's fair enough. Because hey, Ruben, how long would it take you to get to a fourplex? Is it in a city next to you, or in the
Well, actually,
overtown?
the one that we just purchased is almost what we call downtown. So it's really off the main street, which is all the restaurants, and it's in walking distance of restaurants, Walgreens and CVS's and stuff like. So it's really convenient.
Okay. Okay. Hey, we got someone on Facebook Live said, thanks, Derek. Which he says is big enough goal about the. I asked about the goal of replacing the single-family income, and he says, but a multifamily to make it happen. Okay. All right. So we got some people joining us on Facebook Live. That's nice to have that. All right. So those are the two things, and I got one more question for everyone. Is so when we say replace a W-2 income or a mid class or middle income job, I'm thinking that that person who does that is actually going to have to be working in whatever the solution is. They're not going to be able to sit on their hands and make all this work. They're gonna it's actually they're gonna be switching jobs. You guys follow what I'm saying there?
Yes.
So I can't see how you can do it unless you have a ton of money to start with, and that's not what my goal is. My goal is that if you just are a regular person and you don't have a trust fund, and you could create a pathway for you to actually be free of having a boss.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah, yeah.
Makes
So
me too, yeah.
that's what I'm gonna be picking all your brains for that. And, check Facebook Live. Yeah. Okay. So those are the three things that I want to cover. But I kind of wanted to talk about what it would look like for you. We got caller number one. I have no idea who that is. Caller number one. Type in your name so I know who you are. It's just not showing up on my thing here. But let's go through. Um, Darion, why don't you type in unless you have a microphone yet, type in what it would look like if you or what it would mean to you if we could figure out this, what you would do with that information, and how you would use it. And Reggie, why I got you on, I know your microphone's working. Why don't you go ahead and talk to me? Bring your microphone back on, Reggie.
Okay, I'm on.
Okay, right on. Hey, tell me what you would do once you get once you get the final blueprint. What are you going to do with it?
Once I get the final blueprint, I guess I kind of treat this just like I would any other aspect of business. Find somebody to replace me whenever I would get to that point.
Would you use it personally, or would you help some other people with it, spin them, get them going, or what would you do with that with the information? I know you would use it, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Would you use it on yourself or your family members, or are you well, let me ask you this. Do you currently have a W-2 job?
Yes,
Okay.
that I would love to get out of.
Okay. So you would use a blueprint yourself, right? Or is it
Absolutely.
too scary?
No, it's not scary. It's just, to me, it just seems like a slow process at the rate that I'm going. So I'm just trying to dissect everything and put myself in the best position to either partner or uh, continue networking, but gain some kind of ground to where I can get, these Airbnb rentals going.
Well, we're not talking about Airbnb rentals.
No, we're
We don't
not.
know what we're talking about yet. We're right now we're starting really open with. I don't know how to do it yet. I don't know. Airbnb is definitely one of the tools that we have at our disposal, um, but I don't know how we're going to do it yet.
Okay.
So this whole slow path of what you're saying makes sense, and it's kind of it's definitely prudent what you're saying. Take measured steps and get there. But um, when we figure this out, if I hear what you're saying, we probably need to have some steps so that you feel sure-footed, so that you can actually um, take the risk, because
Okay.
it is risky giving up a W-2 job.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it was kind of scary. It was scary for me, for sure, especially after it was like 2 months before I announced it. Because the fear is, well, what if I have to go back? I have to publicly say I failed or whatever, you know? So lose face and status and all that stuff. So,
Right.
hey, Ruben, would you keep your construction business going if you could walk away from it if you found a pathway?
Oh, sure. Sure. I was just calculating my numbers on my duplex that I have now based on what I'm doing right now. If I didn't have too many vacancies, of course, I'm just starting out, so it takes time to build it. I probably need, based on, let's say, $50,000 a year, I would need at least 3.5, 4 units, 4 duplexes to do that, or 8 apartments.
Oh, so this is my challenge for you guys because it took me a while to get to this thinking. But that whole I need so many units to produce so much income, which is the main way of thinking. Let's let's drop all that. We're gonna get what we need from what you got. Okay? Does that it makes it even more sound more impossible, but we're not going more than four units. That's what we agreed to, right? Yeah? Say yes if you agree.
Yep. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So we have to trade against the box, so to speak. We got to get what we need out of 4 units or less. So instead of buying more and more properties, we got to get what we have producing more, and that's got to be the ground rules there. I have this whole thing I've been writing in my little manifesto. My little manifesto about I'm just sick of the whole concept of, well, let me put it this way. Realtors benefit from you buying more and more properties, right?
Oh,
Of
absolutely.
course. A lot oftentimes property taxes get reset every time you buy more and more properties. They get to raise them, and so there's a lot of people benefit from that whole thinking of keep you on the treadmill buying more and more properties. So we're taking that away and changing our to kind of reflect inward instead of accumulating. Because there's all kinds of benefits when when you're not exposed to property taxes changing. Right now, if someone gets elected in your city, they can increase your taxes, right? So you're
Yes.
subject to that, or anytime they feel like increasing the sewer water garbage bill, they can just raise it anytime or even apply a um, inspection tax, a rental inspection tax, all that stuff, it hurts you when you have multiple properties, and you're all subject to that. So that's why, from my standpoint of view, it's risky to buy more properties without maximizing what you have. But everyone's impressed how many properties you have, right? Whoever has the most properties has the most status, it seems like, and no one's really focusing. No, the the topic of how well your property is cash flowing doesn't even come up at most of the networking events I go to. They just want to know how many you have. So it's kind of like I'd rather have one of Warren Buffett's stocks, shares, just one of his than a whole bunch of J.C. Penney. That's my thinking. All right, caller number one. Who is caller number one? There's like a mystery caller here. Derek, you're on Facebook Live. You still with us?
Yes, I'm still here.
Oh, that's Derek. Where are you? You're here?
Yeah, Darian. Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, okay, we got Darian. I'm glad you're here. We got Derek on Facebook Live, so I was checking in with him. Okay, so that was the things I wanted, and we have a caller number one, who I don't know who it is, and we're going for there. All right, so those are the things that I wanted to chat with you guys about, and I want you guys to keep your eyes open for ideas so that we can all come up with this thing together. I don't want to let that book of 40 ways, that I wrote. I was like left dangling on my own to come up with that. So I'm like, people got to give me a hand coming up with these ideas because this is stressful when you put yourself out there, for sure. All right. Hey, anyone got any questions or anyone have any ideas, first of all, before we close out, on how we're going to do this? I know it's a heavy lift to get it started, right? Have you guys this all of you have, this is gonna sound terrible, it's like this is not a sales pitch, but do any of you have the book 40 Ways?
I've got your book in my hand now.
Okay. So all those are concepts that there's at least I'm up to 50 now. I got to come up with that new book, but it's just a process of overlaying these different profit centers. So, for example, storage is one I always freeze up when I think of profit center ideas, but storage allows you to plop that on your property, and it becomes a profit center as far as renting that storage unit out. And also, with that storage unit, could serve as a billboard for whoever you're trying to advertise for. And those things, some billboards, depending on what your traffic count is, can go for $500 to $1,000 a month, depending on what your traffic flow is. So you see, it's possible to just to drop some things on your property and make it cash flow. So that's one way of going about it. And we talked to Ruben talked earlier. He mentioned Airbnb. Airbnb opens up, or doing short-term rentals opens up, a huge platform for you adding laundry services and meal services, private chefs, and all kinds of things that you can take a profit on. You guys know what I'm saying? You can mark up on it and provide it to your rental. You guys follow me?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. So those are some ways of doing it. Let's see, we got Rihanna says, yes, I have your book and have begun with utilizing our highway frontage to our best advantage. Well, how are you doing that? You gotta tell me. Don't leave me hanging about your highway frontage. That's awesome. I want to know. Have you found Rihanna? Have you found an out? It's called outdoor advertising. Um, Look it up to see if there's an agent or a broker in your city or nearby you, so that you can they can give you some options for what you can do with your footage, with your frontage. So that's one way to go about it. Or you can cut them out and talk to your local restaurants or whoever you want to advertise for, and see what they want to pay. There's all kinds of mini billboards I've been taking pictures of, and maybe I'll send that out with the notes. There's some mini billboards that are plopping up on lots of just empty lots, and that's one way of people are putting signage up and monetizing that. So there's all kinds of things we can do. I kind of want you guys to keep your eyes out for just whatever type of business activity that you see, you think is clever, and you think you can take it and add it to a fourplex. That's going to be our assignment for this coming month. How's that sound? You guys
Okay.
agree? You guys agree to that? All right. Rihanna, you agree to that? Oh, you said, oh, wait a second. She has some other things she said. She says, we love a billboard. And she says, we also use advertise our other properties. Okay. So you're reducing vacancies. That definitely helps. That's a smart idea. So she uses her frontage to advertise her other vacant properties. Perfect. All right. I don't want to drag this out, but I just want to cover those three things and get some things we agree on. And I'm going to be thinking now about fourplexes and also making sure that we pick a number for what the medium income for maybe if we did it over the nation, it would be it varies too much. You guys follow me? With the middle class income all over in Ohio is a lot different than it is in California or San Francisco. So I'll just pick it for Sacramento.
Per area.
Yeah, it changes all over. Checking Facebook Live there. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. And let's talk again next month to see if we can make some progress. And
Alrighty, sure.
all right, take care.
Thanks, Al. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Al. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay, talk to you soon. Everyone on Facebook Live, thank you.